There you have it, folks. That's a wrap on episode 2. The challenges have been completed. We've ranked all the bikes, and now it's time for something a little different.
Oh, right you are, Dario. We are blindfolded. You can probably tell that as you're watching. The plan, I believe, is to take us to some undisclosed location in Arkansas. And Dario and I think, are going to have to figure out how to get home. So stay tuned for that.
Bumpy now. Oh.
You want some B-roll of this? That's good.
How do you know they're not already rolling?
I didn't hear the boot-a-doom. Are you rolling?
Couldn't say.
Couldn't say. I can't smell the battery if it's getting warmer or not, but...
Oh, it's so unpleasant. It's just stagnant.
Come on out, folks.
All right, it's getting stale in there.
Oh, man. We keeping
Are we choosing out of the back?
Yeah, we got to do this blindfolded.
Yeah, you gotta get to choose out the back.
All right. Oh, this is harder than I thought it would be.
Are we choosing right away?
Yep.
Okay, so I initially went off head badge, but it seems only one of them has one.
This is a crest line right here.
This is the Yeti right here because it has a head badge.
This is the Specialized. This is the Yeti.
Okay.
This is
the. I think
this is the Pivot, I think. This one?
Zeb.
That's the Druid then.
You think? Well, no, but the Crestline has a Zeb too.
No, but this is the Crestline. I know this is the Crestline.
Oh, this is the, yeah, this is a
Which leaves, what's at the end then?
idler wheel. Yep, all right, this is the Druid. I want this one.
Okay, well,
I feel
taking this Yeti.
95% confident. What the are we in a neighborhood?
I thought we were in like some random parking lot somewhere.
Welcome to the Pinkbike Screen Time Detox.
Man Tracker Turbo Edition.
Naked and Afraid, sponsored by Endura and Met. We are somewhere in Arkansas.
We got kidnapped by the production team.
Yeah, we're either in Arkansas or southern Missouri, if I had to guess. And we're gonna find our way home. Part of the beauty of e-bikes is the adventure aspect. I use them a lot to just explore around, see different spots, venture up roads that I have not gone before. And we're gonna do that here in a very different way because we don't know where we are. We have to get home.
There's a couple of rules, I guess. We can't look at our phones. Can't look at we can each look at one map, physical map, one time.
If we find one.
And then we can use anything we find along the way, / maybe people, if there's people around here.
There's a one-wheel race happening at the dual slalom course in Kohler. So if we can get back there by the last heat,
that would be epic.
Good.
Yeah.
Stoked.
Let's do this, bro.
Killer range.
Yeah, it's killer range.
All right.
I don't know where we're going. They think it's gonna be hard.
Off to a great start so far. Oh.
We got back 40 loop or tower trail. Probably back 40, eh?
Yeah, I've ridden part of the back 40 before.
Yeah, and the sooner we get to the one-wheelers, the better. I'm just gonna go turbo. I don't think it'll be a problem. Woohoo!
I don't know if they intentionally put us in a pleasant place, but this is really nice. We got shade, some fun single track. All right, that's Taylor Homestead. I doubt we go that way. Let's keep going on the back 40. Don't look at that map.
Don't look at that map.
Oh, water.
This is great.
Maybe we'll find the bike park and we can rip like a couple laps. Although I do really want to watch.
I think we can do both. We can rip laps at the bike park and make it back.
It's gonna be the best day ever.
All right, based on the shadows, we are heading east, which is not the way we want to be going. But why not have a little adventure?
2 hours later.
We should have looked at a map. I feel like this is taking us back to the back 40.
Honestly, maybe. This isn't good. Oh, there's a sign.
Yeah, let's go look.
Maybe there's a map.
Down under loop. Okay, I feel better now.
Yeah, we're on some concrete.
I think we go take this left.
Yeah,
Let's see where it goes.
might as well.
This concrete trail's crazy.
It's just wild.
It's like single track concrete. Don't even understand really how they did this. We are definitely getting further and further away, but let's keep going.
It's the only way out is through.
Howdy. Hey,
Good.
good. Hey, do you guys happen to know how to get to Kohler from here?
Yeah.
Are we close?
No.
We're not close. We know that. We've set ourselves. We have phones. We can't look at them.
We're on a bit of a
Get to
challenge
Kohler.
right now. Yeah.
Back on. Thank you guys so much.
So much. Have a great ride.
Well, that confirms what we feared. Hey, you know, we wouldn't have seen this concrete trail otherwise. That's pretty nice. Oh, we've been here before. Right? Yeah! Woo!
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, my vibe check. We know where we are now. I got 13% left.
Damn.
What do you got left, bro? What's your
Three until assuming I.
3?
Yeah, but I'm not turning it on until we're leaving.
Okay. That's what zaps the juice. Having it on.
Turning it on. I think it does.
I'm at 0%.
Stop.
Yeah.
It says you're still in eco
I
though.
know. So I don't know what happens now.
Are you
got here and it went to 0.
Are you in purgatory?
Maybe. Let's see if I get up. So I think we have to go like up and left.
We're definitely not at home.
No. I've still got shifting, which is cool.
That's good.
And my suspension still works, so that didn't shut off. Oh, whoa. Well, that feels good.
Double duty.
I'm getting some Steffi boost. Oh. Oh, doggy. We're excellent navigators. No maps, no talking to people, no questions.
We didn't get lost or
We
go the
raw
wrong
dogged
way
the
once.
navigation. Yeah. We even took some extra side loops. We got really lost after that. Did a
Like
pretty-
so, there was no maps. We had to get find
we
some
ended
random
up in a
mountain bikers.
neighborhood where we kind of felt hopeless.
We
And
and
then-
quickly learned that we had gone quite far the wrong way.
Yeah, 2 nice guys found us, and then they told us roughly where to go.
Watched a ton of one wheel.
Yeah,
Like watched
Pretty
the
underground.
finals basically.
not a lot of people there for the one wheel.
Super underground sport. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was sick.
They're really going for it. And then got some coffee. No water, no food. My bike died at that point on Kohler. And then we cruised the bike path to the single track to get home.
It was a great day.
How's the Eddie holding up?
Awesome. It was a great bike all day. Felt comfortable. The grips, I don't know if it was like the
Yeah, both of our
humidity or
hands
what,
got
but
roached.
like the grips turned to gummy, like gum.
Yeah, mine are hella sticky.
My hands are kind of sore, but other than that, the bike's been great. I think we'll double check the footy, but I think yours died when I had about 10 left.
Yep, and I had also, but critically, he left it in eMTB the whole time. And
Minus
I-
the bike park, I went turbo for a little bit.
I had to go from turbo for like the first 15% of the day to trail for the next 50%, and then just kept ratcheting down. I did like the last 20% in eco, and it just like fell off a cliff. Like the battery really did not last.
Okay, this is in metric. Sorry
We'll put it up on the screen.
to all the. You don't want me to read it up?
Yeah. We'll put,
Okay, 54.2 kilometers, average speed of 11.7 kilometers an hour, and 787 meters of climbing. It was a pretty good, sick day out.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
All right, well, that's it for the big, dumb, lost and confused, dazed and confused eMTB ride. We are going to spend the next couple days riding all the e-bikes, taking field notes, finalizing our thoughts, and next up, we're going to have the round table where we ultimately crown the best e-bike of Field Test 2026.
Booyah.
Audio, can you each give me your audio?
This is Dario, day 25, Pinkbike Field Test. We are filming the e-mountain bike roundtable. We're around a table, and there's also a fly here to give some feedback as well. Good morning and welcome to the Pinkbike eMTB Field Test Roundtable. We've been here for a couple weeks riding all these bikes, and it's time to put all of our thoughts into one bucket here. So we're gonna run through all of them, but first we wanna touch on the challenges that we put these bikes through. We have like the general challenge of just all the time we've gotten on the bikes, but we did have 4 specific criteria that we wanted to run each bike through and kind of give a rank choice for. So you want to start those off?
Yeah, for sure. So we ran through kind of playfulness and jumpiness of these e-bikes, as well as how they corner, technical climbing, and technical descending.
Yep.
Which kind of gave us a good baseline for more of the ride feel, kind of motor aside.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for the climb, a bit of the motor, but yeah, how the bike actually performs. So starting off with the jumping challenge, the Norco came out on top, that kind of shorter rear end, a really kind of progressive suspension feel, and it just felt really maneuverable, really playful. So that was our top dog there. As far as our loser on the jumps, I had a harder time with the big, heavy, long, sort of funny weight balance Specialized.
Yeah, 3 adjectives that came up
A lot.
a few times.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
With the cornering challenge, it was super tight between the Yeti and the Forbidden. Both have pretty kind of different feel, but get to really good traction in the corners and confidence in the corners in sort of a different way. The Forbidden, it's more the weight distribution I felt. And then the Yeti, I think the suspension platform felt so grounded and solid that you can really trust the bike.
Yeah.
And then again, had a harder time with the Specialized, unfortunately. Just that weight balance, it felt like the front end wanted to push out with just the short rear end, long front end.
Yeah, like the geometry of the bike, where the weight's placed, both play a pretty big role, I think, in the dynamic balance of that bike. And
yeah.
Even with all the adjustment it has, they weren't really able to fix that challenge.
Yeah, it does have a fair bit of adjustment, and the adjustments we did improved it,
Yep.
but it still felt the most likely to have the front end wash out.
Yeah.
And we did also learn that there's something up with the pivot. It's, what were we calling it? The pivot, it's the bike,
rooster.
man. That bike, the pivot rooster. Pivot rooster.
Yeah, it didn't just come up in the cornering challenge when he blew a tire off the rim, but a few times in testing and in general riding, you notice that the way the bike loads into corners, generally you do notice that it moves through travel a lot, but in corners it hits this like support point right at the apex of a corner and tends to want to peel the tire off. And it's like easy enough to avoid, but you have to be a bit more like gingerly in the corners than you might like to. Moving on to the third challenge, that was our bump, kind of raw natural trail challenge. Rode all the bikes down a very cool section of trail built for us in the new Bella Vista Bike Park, the Oz Trails Bike Park in Bella Vista. Rode all 6 bikes down a very fun section of trail built for us in the Oz Trails Bike Park up in Bella Vista.
The Pinkbike Trail, they
called it the Pinkbike Trail, which is a real honor. And on top there was the Yeti. For me, that bike has the most like outstanding suspension performance on test. I think it's
quite shocking. Yeah, it's
like it kind of is. Like all these bikes are really good, and that was apparent in that challenge. Like that bike stood out, I'd say by a margin in terms of just how composed it feels through rough stuff. They've done a really impressive job. Second was the Forbidden. That bike is very different feeling, but also really good. It's doing a lot with a little. Not the most travel on tap, but it feels really composed. The wheel's just getting out of the way, especially in that choppy, rocky stuff. So super impressive. And then again, it was a tough day for the Specialized. It's got less travel than other bikes. It's 150, 160.
Yeah.
And though it moves the wheel a lot, it hits a point where it's the genie shock, like transitioning into the ramp chamber.
Yeah.
And just starts to get kind of like insecure feeling. I think especially when you're going through those like high amplitude hits.
It feels good, like at slower speed, less push, but then once you're pushing harder, it starts to feel a bit more flappable. That was the descending, and then we did the timed climb, which is a bit more easy to determine who the winner is.
Yeah, it was nice because we did like a objective, times on the course, and then I did like a slight subjective re-rank, but objectively fastest was the Forbidden. It's hard to beat the Avanox motor. It's really fast.
Yeah.
It just has like a tremendous amount of power, so that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Plus, I think the high pivot nature of that bike was really useful on that rocky climb that we were doing.
Yeah, it was
just
an
like
awkward, chunky climb.
yeah, it just kept me moving through the weird flat tech.
Matt Beer said you caught air going up, so that's always good.
Yeah, and then kind of disrupting the Avanox 1-2 that I predicted, the Yeti jumped in second place.
That was pretty interesting to me. It kind of reinforced that it's not just the motor, it is a lot about the actual traction and what the bike linkage is doing under you to give you grip. Because obviously the Bosch motor is significantly less powered, but it does offer that grip to such high levels that it clearly helped you get up that hill faster.
Yeah, I think it speaks a bit to the like usability of a given motor too.
Yeah.
The Bosch kicks in nicely. It has like a pretty natural feeling progression to it.
I'm putting it in turbo. Oh, a little bit of overrun there. Maybe I'll turn her down. Yeah, to trail. A little too much overrun for in here. Wow, this thing is cool. Just carries a lot of speed.
I would give credit here to Specialized. I think if I had to choose just purely based on motor feel, the Brose Specialized motor is really impressive. It's super natural feeling. It's, oh God, that's their tagline.
The next one you have is ride farther, climb higher, and descend faster. It's not just a bike, it's super natural.
The S-Works.
Yeah, that's Specialized.
It's very natural feeling, and it matches your power output the most seamlessly, I would say. There's no like...
You re-racked it. You like in your version of which you preferred, you moved it up a few.
Yeah, because I think like especially for slower speed tech climbs, it's probably the one I would choose.
Yeah.
It does the best of like putting down a ton of power without ever burning out because it's the least binary feeling.
Yeah.
I'd say the Avanox is the most binary feeling, where if it's like if you feather the pedal, it can just like zoop ahead. Bosch is between the two, and then the Specialized is really good for that. So,
and then wrapping up the climbing, the lowest was
the Norco. The Norco, I think, I don't know if it's like the lighter feel of the bike. It is one of the lightest bikes on test here. I think that coupled with the just the handling of it, it's like a little sportier and more fun, but for that test, like being able to just like truck straight through all that chunky stuff was quite useful. So I would say that's probably a factor there. We've given our thoughts on these bikes, but I've been thinking about them in a few different categories. Best bike for here, best bike for home, and then which bike you would rather didn't have a motor or that you'd love to ride without a motor.
okay.
Best bike for here.
I'd probably go with my top choice, which was the Druid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Best bike for home.
The Norco.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just like how playful it is. It's like it's got that little bit more playfulness, and for how I like to ride, I really like it.
Cool. And then which bike do you wish you could ride without a motor?
The Yeti. I want to feel that on a normal bike.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but
Something special.
it's insane. How about you? Best bike for here?
For me, that's going to be the Norco. I think it's fun, like a little more energetic.
Yeah.
But high pivot takes the edge off all the square hits here.
Yeah.
And I find that it like handles nicely on some of the like flatter, more challenging technical stuff here.
Sweet. And then best bike for home?
That's probably the Yeti or the Crestline for me. But I think the Yeti. Especially with a mixed wheel setup, I think that would be really good for the stuff I like to ride on a regular basis.
For sure.
And then I agree with you on, I want to try that Yeti without a motor.
Yeah, that suspension is wild.
Do it. Make one, please.
I was also going to say, we didn't really touch on the Crestline that much because of how we did this, but touching on the Crestline, I did feel like it felt the most like a regular pedal bike due largely to that smaller battery. And with those smaller Avanox batteries, they're lower towards the BB. So the weight not only is lower, but it's just centered at a better spot. That battery doesn't really work for me. I went out for a ride and I zap it really quickly.
Yeah.
But it does really make it feel more like a pedal bike.
I went and did a fairly non-scientific efficiency test. Same loop, every bike, same exact power output in terms of watts and torque, and same cadence, gearing, braking points, all that stuff. So I did my best to just like robotically ride the bikes on 6 laps. And it turns out the Specialized was the most efficient. It consumed 84 watt hours of battery on our test loop. The Bosch was really close. It averaged at 85 watt hours of consumption between the 3 bikes we had. And then the Avanox was the least efficient. It consumed 100 watt hours of battery life on the loop. So not the most robust test necessarily, but just amongst the bikes we have here, it does seem as though the Avanox system is a higher consumer of battery
so
life.
thirsty.
Which you'd expect. Like it just feels more powerful, even when it's metered to the exact same output. It feels like it's doing more. So it's time. We've got to give some final thoughts to these things, and I think the best way to do that is just to give a simple top 3 of our favorite bikes after the past couple weeks. Do you have those in mind?
I do. I have a leaderboard in mind.
Do you want to start with number 3?
Okay. My number 3, I'm going to go with the Norco Sight. Because for my type of riding, I really enjoy how playful it is. It performed very similarly to the Forbidden. I do think the Forbidden is a better package overall. And then moving along, I'd give it to the Yeti. That bike really surprised me how well it rode. Even though it's a dual 29er, it felt agile, it felt composed, confident. And then I am gonna give it to the Forbidden. I think it rode really well. You feel super balanced in that bike, confident. It kind of performed well in all our challenges. I think one thing I also really like about it is that Avanox system, even though it's zapping a bit of power. I think the user experience is really nice. I think it's really put the other motor companies like in a bit of an arms race, as we've seen,
For sure.
to try to catch up. So the innovation standpoint, I would give it to the Forbidden.
Cool.
Yeah. How about you?
My number 3 is going to be the Crestline RS181.
That was a great bike.
I thought it was really cool. I like how adjustable it is. Like it's only a frame set, so a bit unusual in the lineup here. But assuming this is a normal build, even with a stock build kit, you can change the rear center length, the reach, the travel it has. It has just a flip chip to do that. For me, like that's a big value add.
There's
to the bike. Like
so much adjustment on that bike. We've not been able to do every single option.
No, because it's
variation.
like too many. It's infinite variables in a way.
You can set that bike up to your liking.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I think that's not going to be everyone's, choice to have like tons and tons of setup options. But for me, that's a pretty cool thing. And then it helps that I liked the way the bike rode. In its stock configuration, as we have it here, it just felt like predictable, easy.
Yeah.
It's the longest travel bike on test, but it didn't feel super lazy or sloppy. I think there's like definitely more chassis movement than some of the others, but it's something I could get used to and felt comfortable on. Number 2 for me is going to be the Druid. I thought that it was really impressive in the right scenarios, but it's not as well-rounded for me as the top choice. I found that like there were moments when I had to like adjust my riding to suit the way the bike was.
I would say the Forbidden takes a couple rides to like, it rides very differently to most other bikes.
And even like on our long ride, I noticed like I kind of got spaced out and tired at one point and like defaulted to like the way I typically ride, just like body position wise. And it was a little less secure feeling. And then you remember like to like change your weight bias and like push through the feet a bit more, and then it's hooking up and it's sick. But my top choice is going to be the Yeti. I really like that bike. Like the suspension is super impressive.
It's phenomenal.
It is. It's crazy. It's like it works remarkably well. I found the handling really predictable and quite intuitive. I think like just changes direction when you want it to, but feels stable enough. For me, the Bosch system is plenty of power.
Yeah.
I can definitely see situations where people would prefer the Avinox just for peak watts, but for me, Bosch is plenty. And then, even though I've really enjoyed this bike in the full 29 setup, the fact that you can just do a flip chip to have a mixed wheel.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of adjustability that we didn't really get into, but
I mean, it's just that it's like the flip chip is sick, and then you have the progression rate adjustment, and I think like between the two of those, you could find a really happy spot with a bunch of different setups. So
and I would also go as far as say that this is tough. Like, they are very close.
For sure.
They're all, I would say all 6 of these bikes are really good. We're really trying to be nitpicky here.
Yeah.
But I mean,
like the Pivot and the Specialized were the hardest for me to get used to. I think the way they move through travel was a little odd.
Yeah.
And then I think the weight distribution wasn't amazing. Like those both have like the shortest chainstays.
Yeah.
And fairly long front centers. Which, kind of makes some sense there.
Especially on the e-bike, I feel like that's even more noticeable when it's kind of out of balance.
Right.
With all that weight, you kind of feel it more.
Yeah, and then on the Specialized, I think the value proposition is pretty challenging, especially when you have something like the Norco as an alternative.
Yeah.
There are cheaper builds, but they're really, really heavy and maybe not the nicest part spec. So I was pretty impressed by the Norco. I think like that would be my value pick for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can get a build of the Norco for the same price as the Crestline frame.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, all the bikes here with these builds, minus the Crestline because it's frame only, we're all in that sort of $12,000 US range.
Yeah.
The Norco with a similar build is 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's pretty compelling. It's a slightly differently built bike. It has a Lyric instead of a Zeb, or a 38 is kind of the four contest seems, but otherwise it's a really similar build kit, and you get all the parts you'd want. So kudos to them on that. And for me, kudos to Yeti. That bike was sick. Yeah.
Well, there we have it.
Yeah, we're gonna have very long-term thoughts on these things with every excruciating detail that you could possibly want, but we wanted to keep this a bit more high level as a discussion, and we'll be wrapping things up with individual reviews and a roundtable and all of our nitty-gritty thoughts at a later date. So stay tuned for that. Until
As
then.
always, thanks for watching. Till next time.